This is Ivan and Lisa Kaplan, and welcome to Kaplan's Fine Jewelry. I was in college, got interested in the business, went to jewelry school, met Lisa, graduated and came out and did repairs for a while for my mother and a couple of other businesses. After a couple of years, we decided we wanted to do more, so we bought the business from my mom. And then that was about 32 years ago.
We went to school to be certified watchmakers. We spent 2.5 years there learning how to restore and build parts for antique pocket watches. And that's how we met. And then I wanted to open up a store in Boyertown. That was my goal. And when we met, we fell in love and bought Ivan's mom's store when she was ready to retire. So we went on our honeymoon, came back from our honeymoon and took over the store.
We've been around for almost 40 years, and we're really proud of that.
So while I was doing my master's at Westchester, I started working here full-time. And once I graduated, I kind of just kept on weekends, and because I loved the family feel, and it's just such a great environment. You want to maintain that relationship.
I worked for corporate jewelers. I worked for some big jewelers, and the reason I left and what I wanted to do was to be someplace where I knew I could do more for my customers, not limited to, well, no, that's not in the book, we can't do it this way. There's rarely a time that we say no to somebody that we really can't do something. If we'll do it to the best of our ability, we'll do whatever we can to try and make what they're looking for.
Well, it depends on what you consider custom. There's sort of standard stuff out there. And then Ivan will say, well, I can make that for you. But he's also done some wonderful things in terms of family jewelry that he has recreated for us. Most recently, a ruby ring that belonged to my grandmother. And my wife now has it, and I'm very pleased. And it came out beautifully, very much in the period that I wanted it to be.
The custom jewelry is absolutely my passion. It's the thing I love most about the business, other than seeing customers after they get a piece of custom jewelry, but the designing and manufacturing of the jewelry is what really turns me on. It's my favorite thing.
I'll share a personal story with you. Ironically enough, about 20 years ago, my husband came here with a stone and sat down with Ivan and wanted to create an engagement ring. Ivan spent a lot of time with him and designing and redesigning and starting over, and probably within a 6-month period they created my now engagement ring and my future wedding band. As time went on, my husband started a tradition where he bought me a piece of jewelry every year. So strangely enough, Ivan has made a lot of pieces for me. So to be working here now and so sit back and look on the things that have been done here for me is a great joy, because there's a good feeling to knowing that someone put blood, sweat, and tears into an end product.
He thinks about people's pieces at night. He'll be trying to engineer how to figure out how to hinge things, and he's constantly talking about the process that it's going to take to actually build this, because there's no mold for it. He's actually making the mold and he's building it from scratch, and that requires so much talent, and he doesn't even realize how talented he is, because he just takes that for granted. It's something that it comes so naturally to him, he doesn't really even think about it. So.
We made a ring for her. Her daughter had passed away, and she wanted a really special piece to commemorate her daughter's life and the other 2 children. And it was a cross, and it had everybody's birthstones in it. And we Ivan custom designed it, we worked together, and Ivan made this beautiful piece, and when we presented it to her, it was just so beautiful. And that's why we do what we do.
Ivan and Lisa have a way of, with a minimal amount of explaining on my end of it, they almost anticipate what it is they think I would like, and even more important, what I would like for my wife. And they make that process enjoyable, they make it fun. I've had Ivan do some custom work for us, and we've been nothing but pleased with some of the things he's done. He just knows before I even know myself what it is I have in mind.
We try and make custom jewelry painless. We do get a real good idea of what the client wants, and then we go back and forth and show examples. We'll actually, with the technology that we have, we can actually generate a picture, show them, and just walk them through each step of it, you know, to guarantee that they get what they had in mind. And if they don't have anything in mind, we can help them out with that too. We can suggest all different kinds of designs and things like that. We have the experience, we've been doing it for so long that it kind of makes it painless. And this jewelry's a fun thing. It's not shouldn't be something that people fret over. So we try and pull that out of it and, you know, make the experience enjoyable, because it's enjoyable for us.
I put all of mine and my soul and my experience too in dealing with the antique pieces, you know, bringing some part of the piece of jewelry to its original state. And then when it's completed, I just expect from the customer they are pleased and happy. That's the best reward I can get.
I've always wanted to do this since I was really young. I decided I wanted to go into jewelry when I was about 12 years old. So I've just always had an interest in it and the history that's behind it and the way it's made and the sculptural aspect of it. I actually went to school for fine art, and I always had that draw to do jewelry my whole life. So when I graduated from Westchester in the spring with a degree in fine art, I went to a jewelry school in Tennessee. So I completed that in the fall, and I started working here in January.
I always said from when I was a little kid that I never wanted to be involved in this business, mostly because of how hard I see my parents working all the time. But as I've grown up and been able to see the memories that my parents create, and more specifically the custom work that my dad produces, it's inspired me a little bit to become more active in the business and to eventually take over his job as the custom designer and creator.
I have over 30 years experience. One of my jewelers has over 30 years experience. We have somebody here that has a couple years experience. I have somebody that I took on as an apprentice, and I'm also very proud to say that my son is coming into the business, and he is also working as an apprentice under me and is taking outside training too, but he's doing a great job. And it's really nice for us to see the next generation coming along and being able to ensure that Kaplans is going to be around for quite a while.
Thank you so much for bringing out the best in what is so special about our store and being able to translate that to people better than we ever could. We deal more on a one-to-one basis, so doing this in front of the camera is really difficult, but you've given us the opportunity to be able to share what we feel is so special about here with a lot of people that need to know about us.